gonna want to see this. Elijah, we're on a block floating in the middle of the sky. Also, I'm thirsty. Do you have water?
How did we get here?
We're just floating in the sky.
Is it real?
Feels real.
Elijah, can I see your survival multi-tool? Yeah. Thanks. Wow, that is still falling. We are high up. Goodness, it's just gone. Yeah, definitely real.
Well, we have a tree.
We used to have a multi-tool.
And a chest! A bucket of lava and a bucket of water.
What if we're supposed to jump off and then right before we hit the ground, we dump the bucket, landing in the water to save our fall?
He's not gonna last long here.
Here, Brittany, you can jump in the lava.
Oh, good, you caught it. Why did it take you so long? Get up, I want to show you something.
Shiloh, we just received a very odd signal. Elijah, Judah, and Brittany were in a medieval Raylo when they suddenly got transported to an entirely different Raylo.
And we didn't do it with the Arxis?
No.
Let me think about what to do.
Are we any closer to going after Mom?
We've been analyzing the map of where she is. Our research team's working theory is that long ago there was an evil section of the Rayloverse. The Velrites sealed off from the rest of us to keep everyone safe. And our mom had a way into it.
How?
We don't know.
Your mom was so cool.
Is so cool. She had this door, for lack of a better word, to lock herself and the monster away permanently. Darius's plan was to try and get enough power to pry it open.
Great, let's just go in that way.
And where would you get the power for that?
Hi, Maya. Did the doctor ever get that stick removed?
We're low on toilet paper, so I'm rationing everyone's bathroom breaks.
Thank you, Maya. She is right about the energy, though. You'd have to conquer a good portion of the Rayloverse. Our artifacts were super powerful, and we only made a tiny little crack, and we still haven't been able to get it any wider.
So we need to find another way in.
Yes. We want to go in the way Mom did.
All right!
Darius was the one who witnessed it.
Not all right.
Isn't he all...
How do we get the information with Darius out of the picture?
Verdonians write everything down. Our hope is that Darius wrote it down and sealed it away in a vault. We're heading over to Verdonia to meet their new king. Carter, tell the Arxis team to narrow in on Judah's locator.
Michelle, get dressed! We're gonna go break into a vault! Wear your law-breaking outfit!
The nice one or the comfortable one? How nice is the place?
This is at a palace. It's at a palace! Probably the nice one!
Plaxi, suit up. You're coming with us.
We are so stuck.
Worse, we're stuck with him.
Hey! No pooping off the edge!
I was walking to help this lady when suddenly I'm passed out here. How did this happen?
Could be anything.
Could be a lot of things.
There's no possible way off of this. Do we just do nothing?
My mom used to say that when the sandwich was too big, just take little bites. So let's take little bites.
He's right. We look at what we have. We do what we can. And then we figure out a way off of here.
Oh, yeah!
All right, we have a bucket of water, a bucket of lava, and that tree. I think if we punch it, it'll come down.
What?
I want to punch it.
We are not punching the tree! How is the top not falling down?
Brittany, shh. Don't tell it that. It might fall down.
See what else we can punch and collect.
Don't mind the island, it's the only thing keeping us up!
We can grow another tree. We can grow a whole forest!
I'm going to die here.
Wow, this palace is big. Wait, I thought you said you were going to wear your nice outfit.
This is my nice outfit.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Okay, I'll learn what I can from their new king. You two need to sneak in and access their computers to see what you can find out on their system. It's going to be in their high security area. Don't get caught. I have my MOM communicator if you need me. You are walking so loud.
I have 50.
Make them smaller.
Shiloh, why did you bring me?
Because you have a skill set that's needed.
What?
No.
Hail the new king of Vordonia, Alexander.
Good to see you, Shiloh. Miss me?
Guys, I think I know what this place is. I read about this place. Whoa! The blocks here can convert into other things.
Huh?
Crafting table. We can make new things out of the materials using this.
Taking little bites. First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft!
Water and lava. These weren't put here by accident. We can use these to make an infinite block factory!
Someone put them here for us? Maybe this is a prison, and one of our enemies put us here.
Definitely an enemy to somebody.
Okay, first we take the lava, and then we take the water, and you get a useless obsidian block.
You messed that up.
I messed that up.
Those security cameras are hooked up to a database. We're gonna need disguises if we're going to get past them.
Hey! What are you two doing in here? This is a restricted area. Only authorized personnel are allowed in here.
We are authorized personnel!
Yeah, we're friends of the new king.
Oh yeah? How do you know each other?
We
We're
we're cousins!
dating.
We are dating. Cousins. I will not be elaborating further.
I'll check the security logs. See if the king has any cousins dating.
1 minute. The king wanted me to tell you that there's a mad woman with a vase behind you.
What?
We have to get our story straight.
I panicked, okay? Lying's not the answer.
Okay, well, here's your disguises.
Wow, we finally got you a nice outfit. Go.
It is good to see you, Shiloh. What a sight for sore eyes.
How dare you stand in the place of Darius?
That old man?
Who let a weasel like you become king anyways?
That is no way to talk to a Raylo Lord. Besides, don't you know you're supposed to kneel when you greet a Raylo Lord?
I won't be kneeling to you.
But don't you want information on how to get your mom back? It is good to be king.
Sorry, I cannot kneel. I have broken both of my legs. Just now.
I think we're halfway through the day, and I don't want to see this place at night.
She's right. I think monsters spawn in the dark here.
What?
How are we gonna get more blocks?
But what? We cannot just move on from that.
Yeah, zombies will spawn from the ground.
Well, there's not a whole lot of ground.
From midair, then?
There's a lot of air!
The trees! We can use the wood to make blocks!
So, do we just like wait for them to grow, or?
It's like an awful Jack in the Box, but worse!
Think it's steady?
We're expanding the island!
She wants to know how her mom, the Angel of the Stars, created the rift in the first place. The previous King Darius witnessed it.
So I, the King of Verdonia, am the only one you can get that information from.
Yes. What do you want for it?
Do I have to want something?
Yeah, pretty much.
I imagine so.
Yes, you see, there's this tropical vacation Raylo on the edge of Sector 47B. You watch over it, I want it. And there's no intelligent life forms on it, so don't worry. You give me that, and I'll tell you everything I know.
Tropical Raylo, 47B. That's a wildlife reserve. It's full of dinosaurs. What do you want them for?
The new Verodian lords view them as a unique delicacy.
What? You want to eat them?
Okay, you make it sound way worse than it is. I want to sell them to my rich lords who support my claim to the throne. And they eat them.
How could I do that?
Because they're just dumb animals. Look, you want information on your mom, and I want a stronger claim to the throne. You want things, I want things. We're in Verdonia. Let's act Verdonian. Let's make a deal.
He fell? Oh, that is so traumatizing. Why did he fall?
Judah! What happened?
Well, I fell, and then I went, and reappeared here.
You mean when we fall off, we just spawn back on the island?
Cool.
What is it? What if it didn't work a second time?
Well, it did.
This is a challenge, like a game of sorts. We have been put in here by someone.
That's a really good guess.
Keep working on that one.
You guys know what got us trapped in here.
What? What makes you say that?
You.
Go, 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 go.
This is a tiny island.
Don't look at her.
I can still see you.
Oh my goodness, she's still looking.
What is it?
It's a laser field.
Are you sure? Wait, do you always have baby powder on you?
These are some guards' pants. I have no idea what else is in them, and I'm really scared.
Right. How do we get past these lasers, though?
Oh, we can use mirrors and reflect the lasers as we go through the maze.
No, these are definitely incinerating lasers. They'd melt the mirror in a second. Okay, better idea, we just crawl under.
That's a terrible idea. These lasers are 2 inches off the ground.
Okay, but the mirror was a real winner?
Wish we could just get over this.
Yeah, me too.
Elijah!
It's another little island. Think you'd have our way out of here?
Why not?
Let's bridge to it. We gotta get there before dark.
Oh yeah! I do not deal with monsters!
I can't sell entire species into extinction. I'm not like you.
Fathead. Sorry. I just wanted to feel included.
You think I'm selfish? Oh, Shiloh, the selfless one. You're not here on any righteous mission. You're only here because you're a little girl who misses her mommy. You put your desires over others. Darius is only gone because you put yourself.
No,
You use your mother's agency to do whatever you want.
That's not what.
And if you were better, you would have been able to save your mom, but you weren't. So are we really sure you're in the position to be criticizing me? You want my information, and I want to make a trade. Let's work this out.
Shiloh, maybe we take his offer. I mean, this could be the information we need in finding your mother.
I can't believe that worked! Woo! I think it's this way.
Who are you two?
I am Francois's brother.
Give us just 1 second, please. Just 1 second. What the heck was that? Who was Francois?
Judah's Verdonian alter ego. I panicked, okay?
And I am Francois's wife.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Francine. I hope the family's doing okay.
How did that work? Do they know who Francois is?
How much time did he have here? We have to hurry! We don't have long until sunset!
Oh no.
It's not not a computer.
One second. What do you want?
We have a problem.
We made it into the vault.
But all the data is stored on these cubes on top of pressure plates.
And if we want the one we want, we have to swap it out with something of its exact weight.
And if we can't do that, the entire place is going to go on red alert.
And we can't agree on a plan. Hurry!
We're too late.
Figure it out. I can't let you take that, Raylo.
Then you don't have a deal.
You're staring down at the Grand Canyon, so afraid to fall,
We're about to be stuck on a floating island with monsters.
that you miss the grand enchantment, the wonder of it all, and stare down by Kilimanjaro. You doubt that you can climb. Think like that, you won't get far, no. Take it one step at a time. You feel invisible, and you don't see how strong you are. But the rest of the world wants to put you on a postcard. You think no one can see you, ooh, but they all wanna be you. Ooh, they all want that kind of magic. Open.
Do we just go home?
Ooh, and what if you?
It's our fault we ended up here, Brittany.
Mine specifically.
I know. It's okay. You don't have to tell me how.
My mom used to say that if the sandwich was too big, just take little bites. I'm not going home. We're gonna head in there and get what we can from him. Anything. We figure out how to take this next bite.
You know, it really is pretty, isn't it?
Ooh, but they all wanna be you. Ooh, they all want that kind of magic. Open your eyes, you have to think no one can see you, but they do. And something to write home about, a summer sunset on the Great Canal, a sip of wine on the hills of Tuscany, a star-filled sky on a Jamaican beach. You think no one can see you, ooh, but they all wanna be you. Ooh, they all want that kind of magic. Open your eyes, you have to think no one can see you, but they do. And what if you? Ooh.
We're gonna survive this night.
And get out of here!
Monsters have taken over the island!
Let's do this!
Are you here to make a deal?
I came to succeed.
Excellent.
Just one quick question. Why do you need to strengthen your crown?
A strong claim to the crown is a strong king.
You're scared. It's not like someone can take it from you. Or can someone?
No, no one can. I'm the king.
Oh, of course you are. Except, kings don't have to tell people they're kings unless they're the temporary king.
No one questions my authority. Make a deal or leave. Do you want your mom back? I have what you need.
What are you doing?
Then, while all the guards are at the baby shower,
We set up the beacon out of here and that makes us able to sneak away.
perfectly combining both plans.
The best of both worlds.
Let's do this. We're almost there!
Do you even have the information I need? You're not the original king. Darius was.
Darius is a weak, low-life excuse of a man. He couldn't take Verdonia to the heights that I will take it. This kingdom is mine, and you can't do anything about it.
You said Darius is, not was.
Honest mistake.
You think Darius isn't dead. You're worried he is alive and you need to strengthen your crown if he ever shows up again. I have all the information I need. Good day.
Where are you going? Guards, seize her!
Okay. An apple, some seeds, and some string.
No way out. Do we fight them?
Or we head for that island.
The beacon!
We can portal home!
We don't have enough blocks to make it there. We have to mine our own bridge.
You two, did you see where the other two thieves went? Thanks. Who are you?
We're guards.
We're dating. We are guards.
Who are also dating.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Prove it then. Kiss each other.
Yeah, let's prove it. Fuck her up. You had a weapon this whole time?
The trick is up! We have to get out of here! Mine the bridge!
Get back!
Did you just save my life?
We never talk about this again.
Agreed.
Set up the beacon! Shiloh better hurry.
Did you really think I'd let you leave?
Claxy, slime. What? Slime, Claxy. Oh! Let's go! How'd you know I know what to do? Because you're great, Claxy.
I'm out of blocks!
It'll be enough! Jump!
Which one of you is using 3 rolls of toilet paper in one sitting? You're doing this on purpose now! Hey guys. False alarm. Back to work, everyone!
Why didn't you open the portal closer to us?
You know we can only open portals on specific points on Raylos.
Carter!
What's it say?
King Darius log 4997. Subject, Miriam.
Mario?
Mom.
She's opened up a doorway to the sealed-off section of the Rayloverse. The method on which she did this is too dangerous to write down. I am keeping this information for myself.
So I pretended to be Francois's wife for nothing?
At least Shiloh was successful.
It's okay. Darius might be alive. If we could find him, we could
Wait!
find him.
There's another file on here. It's a video! It says it was uploaded from a Verdonian ship as it exploded.
Darius is alive.
He's out there somewhere.
And he knows how Mom opened the rift.
We've got to find him.
We do.
How did you guys get stuck there?
Elijah! Look at what I found. An island in a bottle.
Cool!
Some creepy dude sold it to me for only $2.
Let's open it up. Uh-oh.
Hey, have you guys seen...
You did what?
As you know, we've launched a membership with exclusive videos. A lot of you have been asking, why memberships? Memberships help fund larger videos with larger budgets, like Pokemon, which required a lot of visual effects. While some of these videos will stay forever inside of memberships only, we plan on moving others out to the public after a window of time. We plan on you being able to keep up with the lore without any membership videos. These membership videos are in addition to the ones we post publicly. Those who choose to become an agent and join the memberships are helping us to create higher quality videos across the whole channel, both in memberships and out of it. Shiloh Bros was made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you. Coming this month to memberships! Among Us at Five Nights at Freddy's.
Balloon Boy.
Fix the lights!
Where? And more, like Monopoly Challenge Extreme.
This is Monopoly Extreme Edition, and only one team can win.
The next person to land on a property with houses is game over.
And a new gaming live stream with Judah.
Here, bunnies! Oh, what?